We decided to drive down to Swanport Bridge and then later to Tailem Bend to have a look at the river. Now it's pretty well peaked. In fact, there we could see, once we got there, we could see that it's starting to recede. So here's the Google Earth views to give you that before and after look, and also a bit of context exactly where the Swanport Bridge is. When we got there, we found out that the dirt road down to the waterside was blocked off to traffic, so with other sightseers we had to walk down to the edge to get a bit of a view. The good thing for the property owners in this area is that all the houses are on a bit of a rise, so we're not seeing the terrible damage to the shacks that we've seen in other parts of the Murray, though it has come up quite a bit and we can see roads and paths that are underwater. So I'm heading up towards facing up towards upstream towards Murray Bridge, which is up the river a bit from here. Again, you can see levee banks and see where the path of the river is, and the cleaner looking water, of course, is where it's spilled over onto the floodplains outside the levee banks where they are. The river's still flowing strongly, which you can see as a sweep over the top. You can see the current in it and the debris there. So the house with the swimming pool came the closest to getting wet feet, but even so it's still well above it. But you can see plenty of evidence of paths and little roads underwater. So it's careful to keep at least 30 metres away from the bridge with the traffic on it. But I still think I've got a reasonable view of what's going on. Again, another sweep over the river. Always a bit nervous doing this with a drone, but I realised that the last few drones I've lost has been operator error. Normally if you get a fault you find out when you try to take off and it doesn't, or you land and it won't restart. So as for manned aircraft, most of the problems that happen in the air sadly are operator error. But again, I'm going for a higher sweep this time to get a better view of the floodplains downriver. Floodplains on both sides of the main channel. Bridge was very busy. I mean, there's normal commercial freight. There's also a lot of people out getting around the countryside now that the pandemic's over. We're into the endemic phase. So as usual when I fly, to get a feel for the area, I'm happy to come down a little bit lower for a bit more detail. And let's just slow down a bit, which is why the traffic's so slow. And a quick look at the downstream side of the bridge to finish.